Hello, my name is Leslie Rivera, and my topic is communicating emotions. Communicating emotions is pretty self explanatory. However, to some people, it's kind of hard to just do that. And it's not bad. Some emotions are very complex, they're very layered, and sometimes one can get confused with their own emotions. So that's what I'll be explaining here today: how to express them, how to communicate them, and how to understand them. So, in my highlights, I wrote: contrary to popular belief, participants who regularly talked about feelings reported more distress and poor quality of life and functioning. Um, Here, everyone knows it is great to express your emotions. It is perfect. It helps a lot of people. Well, actually everyone, to express their emotion. It is not good to bottle them up. However, it is not good to continue talking about them. What I mean by continue, I'm not saying to stop midway in your ranting and just close off. I mean, you expressed it, you said it, you said it all, but you repeat it, you continue repeating it, you continue talking about it, and you don't find a solution. That's when it becomes a problem. If you're just milking it, basically, it just distresses the person and the listener, because just simply listening to bad news is bad for everyone. And hearing the same negative news over and over again, it's gonna take a toll on people. So that's what I mean. Well, at least that's what the quote is talking about. And to continue expressing it is not right. So, after ranting off or expressing your negative emotion, you then find a solution for the situation or the moment or whatever that's happening. You find a solution for it and you get it over with. Simple as that. And my second highlight is actually, sorry, it's not simple as that. It takes some time, but you do make progress. My second highlight is a person learns how to express their emotions at a young age. From the moment they are born, parents are the first to teach them about emotions and how to express them. Depending on how they're taught, is how they learn to handle them, whether it be good or bad. I know there are good parents out there that teach their kids, guide their kids, and usually, if taught well, kids learn to know how to suppress their anger when needed and suppress negative emotions, um, because it's not appropriate or it's not the right time. Um, but others that never had that guidance or were never corrected, usually they end up being very explosive, very aggressive, or even having anger issues. Um, and, well, sadly, it is because their parents never taught them how to handle their emotions. And that is why parents are very important as well. Um, a few tips for it to express emotions. Well, first, one needs to learn how to, um, and one needs to understand their emotions. Emotions aren't just I'm sad or I'm mad. It could be I'm jealous, it could be I'm irritated, it could be I'm annoyed, or I feel disrespected or offended. That's what it means by specifying. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Specifying your emotions. Um, then figure out exactly why. What's bothering you? Like, you feel an emotion, but it's for a reason. You may not know it at the moment, but maybe talking to yourself or writing things down could help you understand why you're feeling that way and what exactly is bothering you. And once you figure that out, if you have a problem with a partner or whoever, another party member, well, not party member, but you know what I mean. You pull them to the side, not in public, in a party, or not in front of their boss, or not at work, not calling in the phone. No, that is very disrespectful for them and yourself. If you don't want to be treated that way, don't treat others that way. So bring them to a private room when you're alone at home, or meet up at a park, or you just pull them to the side and you talk to them. Tell them how you're feeling. And when communicating your emotions or your troubles, you say I feel this way because blah blah blah, and I feel blah blah blah. You don't point fingers. You don't criticize them. You don't you don't try to put a blame on someone, because that's not the point. The point to communicate your emotions is to communicate your emotions, not trying to create an argument. That's how you end relationships, whether they're good or bad. Well, if they're bad, you should end the relationship. But if they're good, you should keep them. Make sure to keep them. And by keeping them, you say, I feel this way because blah, blah, blah. Or when you do this, I feel blah, blah, blah. You don't say because, I'm sorry. Then once you've said your side, why you feel that way, then you hear their side. Maybe they have a reason why they do that. Or maybe they have an explanation of for whatever reason. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding. Maybe it's not really what you think it is, or if they're the why they're mad at you and they're doing this, they'll explain to you why. Hopefully at first you should all put some ground rules. No criticizing each other and no trying to put faults. After hearing their side, you don't try to put blame. Don't ever try to say, oh, you're more at fault than me. It doesn't work that way, and will never work. And the point of communicating your emotions isn't to prove the other person wrong or to seem like you're in the right. It isn't to be in a competitive situation. You're just communicating what you're feeling. That is it. That's nothing more, nothing less. And once you both have figured out the problem, I guess, then find a solution. And that way, both parties are to get happy, and both put in their effort to clear the misunderstanding or the misunderstanding. So those are my tips. My did you know? Did you know, while it may seem wrong, learning to suppress emotions and express them is a necessary skill. In a workplace, if a policeman were to panic during a chase, they wouldn't be a great policeman. One needs to learn when it's best to express their inner emotions. How I was saying earlier, one needs to learn when it's appropriate to express it and when it's necessary to suppress them. Though suppressing them for too long, it is completely wrong. That shouldn't be a skill. That's also another one that I put. Avoiding or denying one's emotions has a highly negative effect on one's health. One needs to allow their emotions to run free every once in a while. In order to do that, it's okay to cry. It's okay to scream into your pillow or to write it all down, but let those emotions out. It's horrible to keep them in or to keep them bottled up. You don't avoid them or deny them. Instead, in the very end, it will be affecting your health, and you might even explode at an inappropriate moment. And my last did you know is, even though talking about problems is helpful for one's mental health, talking too much of it will backfire. Learning when to talk about it, then figure out a solution is necessary. Don't keep reliving the problem. As I was saying earlier in my highlights, that those who rarely talked about feelings reported more distress. Sorry. So, yeah, don't milk the emotions and figure out a solution. That's the key thing to everything. To your communicating emotions. Yes, understand your emotions, specify them, communicate them, and then lastly, most importantly, figure out a solution. It may seem small, it may seem big, it may be tiring, it may take longer than other emotions, but it is progress. You cannot just stay in one spot. You cannot just stay milking your negative feelings. So, yeah, that was my presentation. I have a few websites and might want to know more. One is a guide to productively communicating your feelings. Another is owning your feelings, and another is understanding your emotions for teenagers. But it doesn't necessarily need to be for teenagers. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a great day or night.